Now at 6, the National Weather Service issues a wind advisory overnight. The communities that could see their power shut off because of the fire danger.
We're at a party and then they started shooting.
We were panicking, the women were crying, we were scared.
The search is on for the gunman in 2 separate shootings, including one that killed 2 teenagers.
We want to get them a fair, livable wage so they can live here.
Nasco employees could go on strike, what they claim current conditions are forcing them to do.
You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
We do have breaking news right now. Firefighters are battling a structure fire in Borrego Springs. You see this video here. It was just posted on CAL FIRE's X account. This fire broke out at the De Anza Country Club overnight.
You can see how devastating this fire has been. When crews got there, they say about 75% of the building was involved with heavy fire. They have a restaurant there. They have a fitness club inside this area. The cause of this fire is still not known. It's also not clear if anyone was hurt in this. Crews say the fire has not spread to any vegetation. We will, of course, update you as we get more information into our newsroom. Right now, San Diego Gas and Electric is monitoring the Santa Ana winds and fire weather conditions. Glad you're with us here at 6 a.m. I'm Eric Conard.
And I'm Neda Iranpour. This all comes as crews keep a close eye on hot spots this morning after 2 fires broke out over the weekend. We do have team coverage for you this morning. CBS 8's Regina Yorita joining us with more on the potential power shutoffs.
We begin with meteorologist Evan Rani. And Evan, the National Weather Service upgraded this to a wind advisory just a few hours ago?
Exactly, and the same message pertains to whether it's a high wind warning or a wind advisory. We had a high wind watch late last week. The emphasis is that wind speeds are going to be very fast, especially across the mountains, pushing toward the valleys, and that is going to drive down our humidity and warm our temperatures up. So we're looking at conditions outside today. Pretty sunny out there, upper 70s, low 80s along the coast, low 80s for our inland valleys, and then across the mountains, that's where the wind is going to be very, very breezy from that ridge of high pressure moving toward the water. So this is going to be in effect through Tuesday night. Coming up, we'll talk about how that's going to affect our temperatures throughout the remainder of the week once these winds die down, and what to expect beyond that as well. We want to get things out to CBS 8's Regina Yorita. She is live at SDG&E this morning with more on what the utility company could do as a result of these weather conditions. Regina?
Well, Evan, as San Diego Gas and Electric continues to monitor Santa Ana winds and fire weather conditions, they say shutting off power for certain parts of San Diego could be a possibility. Now, this is all for public safety, but it also comes at the same time that 2 fires broke out last night, one in Otay Lakes, the other in Campo. So here's video from yesterday. This is the Otay Lakes fire. You can see those flames quickly spreading. CAL FIRE says crews have contained the vegetation fire that sparked yesterday evening. Firefighters stopped the spread at 20 acres. And as of right now, they've been monitoring the area in case they need to put out any hotspots or flare-ups. CAL FIRE also responded to a brush fire that broke out last night off of Interstate 8 in Campo. Officials say it's now been contained. They stopped the forward rate at 2 acres. Crew this morning have also continued to monitor for any hotspots. So this all comes as Santa Ana winds are picking up in San Diego County, creating a potential risk for wildfires. It's why SDG&E says public safety power shutoffs could take place. Now let me show you some of the areas that could be affected. They include Alpine, Boulevard, Campo, Julian. Weather conditions could affect the power lines that serve some of these areas, but as of right now, SDG&E has not posted any communities who are already experiencing power shutoffs. Again, they're just still monitoring weather conditions, and it could possibly happen. Back here live, we have a full list of those areas that could be affected for power shutoffs, and if you want to check them out, you can head to CBS8.com. As Evan mentioned, there is a wind advisory in effect till Tuesday. For now, I'm live in Kearney Mesa. Regina Yorita, CBS 8.
Regina, thank you. Well, it was a violent Halloween weekend. Right now, police are looking for the gunman behind 2 separate shootings, one at a house party and another at a mall. First, let's take you to El Cajon, where 2 teenagers, one just 16 years old, were shot and killed.
What happened? What happened?
They killed one of my friends.
This happened on Saturday night on Mahogany Drive near East Washington Avenue. Police are now saying both victims were targeted and they believe this attack is gang related. The house where the party was held is a short-term vacation rental. People living nearby who did not want to go on camera say parties have become a regular problem there. If you have any information on the shooting, you can leave an anonymous tip through Crime Stoppers. Now to Chula Vista, where Novo Brazil Brewing is back open after a shooting there. It happened on the location in Otay Ranch Mall Saturday night. Right now, police are still looking for the person who shot 3 people after an argument. All 3 victims are expected to be okay. We talked to a woman who was in the Apple store nearby when they had to go into lockdown.
We didn't know if the gunman was going to come in or what was going to happen. We stayed in the back for like 45 minutes to an hour. I was scared. I called my kid, told her I loved her and that I wanted to come home, and she told me not to panic.
Novo Brazil Brewing released a statement saying in part, quote, "We understand that safety is paramount and we want to assure you that Otay Ranch Town Center security is always on hand, conducting their regular operations to provide a secure environment for our patrons."
Today, a local shipbuilding company, Nasco, will continue negotiations with unionized workers ahead of a potential strike.
What do we want? When do we want it? Now. When? Now. When? Now. When? Now. When?
Workers, they're rallying over the weekend asking for better wages and benefits. Workers represented by Boilermakers Local 92 say they cannot afford rent, and it's forcing many of them to live in Mexico.
I really like what I do. I feel passionate about welding. I really love welding, and we're not asking for anything that is not fair or we don't deserve.
Well, their contract expires tomorrow. A strike is possible if a deal cannot be reached. Nasco says they continue to negotiate in good faith. This morning, the company that owns Miguel's Cocina in 4S Ranch now facing a second lawsuit. And now 20 reported E. coli cases are being linked to this restaurant. 7 of those people had to go to the hospital. 1 had at least a more severe infection. This new suit was filed by a local woman who claims she became sick after eating at the restaurant. County officials say the specific food items sourced to the E. coli bacteria are still under investigation.
Let's check in with Evan. Those winds are going to be whipping around here today. Just warning to everyone out there. Just
very active day as far as our winds go. Already active to start off our Monday morning and only going to last through about Wednesday. Wednesday, those winds start to die down. So we'll start to see some changes on the way. But for starters, we do have this wind advisory that is in effect. Again, it was upgraded from a high wind warning, stays in effect through Tuesday at 8 p.m. And then Wednesday will drop below criteria level, still hold on to offshore winds and breezy conditions, but that's when things start to kind of balance out. That's the tan color on your screen. Don't want to get you confused too much, but if we take you up to about the LA County area, you can see how there is a high wind warning. So that's a bit different than the wind advisory. Also a fire weather warning. That's the area in red on your screen, also known as a red flag warning. And then when you look off toward these blue tones, you've got a freeze warning and frost advisory just because of how cold those overnight low temperatures are when we lose that cloud cover. Offshore winds, so those winds are coming from the northeast, 28 miles per hour in Laguna right now, 36 in Julian, 31 in Boulevard. So it's already breezy as we head through the start of your Monday. Only going to pick up from here, 40 mile per hour gusts expected from about 10 a.m. all the way through your evening stretch. Sustained speeds 20 to 30 miles per hour, and we're holding on to that same wind direction the entire time. In turn, it's a cold start to the day. 50 degrees right now for San Diego. Escondido is at 47, Alpine at 49, 41 right now in El Cajon. So El Cajon is nearly in the upper 30s, and we still have another about hour or so before the sunrise, but it is going to at least be a beautiful sunrise because we have those clear skies out there. So no gray that we're expecting to be working with over the next couple hours. Let's talk about what's going on your roads. It's 6:09 right now, and we do want to take you to a crash that just popped up and is now leading to some pretty significant backups in the Del Mar area. This one on Del Mar Heights Road. We've got 2 lanes blocked due to this crash on the 5 northbound. It is right after that Del Mar Heights Road. Signaler is issued. You can see how the 5 northbound is impacted already. There's a lot of red that is there on the screen leading up to it and just beyond it around the 56. We're also being told that Del Mar Heights Road exit is closed right now. So SIG alert in effect as we speak, working with CHP to get more information. We'll let you know when we see those lanes reopened and when that Del Mar Heights Road exit is also back open. Back to you.
Still ahead of your new report.
Oh, sorry. Let's take a quick look at border wait times before. San Ysidro Port of Entry, 120-minute wait right now, so 2 hours in total. Otay Mesa Port of Entry going to be 100 minutes in total. Now back to you guys.
All right, still ahead here. New reports that law enforcement had the main mass shooter on their radar before the tragedy.
And what we just learned about Friends actor Matthew Perry's cause of death. Plus, we have reaction. And we are working for our planet, what not to do with that trick-or-treating candy haul.